Good day, learners. So for today, I'll discuss to you the topic that's supposed to be discussed last time when we had our live sessions, but then there came a problem with the internet connection. So now I'll discuss to you the sum and product of roots. Sum and product of the roots of a quadratic equation. We are done with the discussion on the nature of the roots. Now, what would be the sum and product of the roots? This topic will be a great help later on if we are to identify what type or what kind of quadratic equation, or specifically what quadratic equation does uh, does it make for given a root or roots or its solutions. Okay, so let's have the discussion. So for the sum of the roots, always take note of our standard formula for quadratic equations. We have the ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And always remember that the values of a, b, and c are all unique and all real numbers, and a should not be equal to 0. Now, we will discuss what are the sum of the roots. For example, let's start with the sum. Suppose we have an equation x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. How are we going to identify the sum of the roots of this equation without actually getting first or solving first the solution of this equation and getting its sum? For example, okay, let's take it step by step. X squared plus 4x plus 4. If we are to solve this one, the values of x is x plus 2 and x plus 2 is equal to 0. Then our two values is x is equal to negative 2. Then x is equal to negative 2. Now, if we are to get the sum of the roots, these are what we call the roots. Then what are their sum? What would be their sum? If we are to get their sum, negative 2 plus negative 2, that is equal to negative 4. So that is their sum. And their product would be equal to positive 4. So, in this discussion, I will show you the more easier step on how to determine the sum and product of the roots of a given quadratic equation without actually computing the values of the roots. Okay, let's start. For the sum of the roots of a given quadratic equation, we have the formula negative b over a. What are these b over a? Whatever be the value in a given quadratic equation in standard form, or a, b, and c, just substitute it in the given formula, then you can have the sum of the roots. For example, our example a while ago, x squared plus 4x plus 4. Our a is 1, b is 4, and c is also 4. So, if we are to substitute, our b a while ago is 4, but then it says it should be negative, so we have negative 4 all over what is our a? Our a is 1. So the sum of the roots would be negative 4. Is it the same as on what we did with the step-by-step process? Yes. And for the product, that is c over a. What is our c a while ago? So our c is 4. So 4 all over our value of a, which is 1, so that is equal to 4. Is it also the same with our answer a while ago? Yes. So this would be the shortcut. We can say that it is the shortcut way for us to determine the sum and product of roots of quadratic equation. Always remember the formula for sum of the roots, that is negative b over a, and the product is c over a. But always take note also that whenever we are to determine values of a, b, and c in a given quadratic equation, it should always be in its standard form. Okay? So that is the sum of the roots and product of the roots. Let's have another example. Suppose we have 4x squared minus 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. Identify our a, b, and c. A is equal to 4, b is equal to negative 2, and c is equal to 3. Now, if we are to be asked, what would be the sum and product of the roots of 4x squared minus 2x plus 3? Okay, sum. That is negative b over a. What is our b? Negative 2. So that is negative 2 over our a is 4. So the sum of the roots is equal to 2 over 4 or 1/2. And how about the product? So that is c over a. What is the value for c? That is 3. And our value for a is 4. So we have now the product of the given quadratic equation 4x squared minus 2x plus 3 as 3/4, and its sum is 1/2. So that is how easy it is. Okay? So just remember our two formulas, negative b over a for sum, and for product, that is c over a. Now, the most essential thing is how to use this sum and products for us to know what kind of quadratic equation or what quadratic equation does can these roots will be forming. Okay, so given roots, we will identify the quadratic equation. Example, if you are asked find the quadratic equation given the roots 5 and negative 2. So these are the roots. The values of x is 5 and the values of x are 5 and negative 2. How are we going to determine what would be the equation? Okay, so we will use the sum and product of the roots concept. Okay, so how are we going to determine that one? Isn't it that when we get the sum, that is negative b over a, we are actually adding the two roots. So we'll just add this one. So 5 plus negative 2. So that is equal to 3. And how about the product? That is c over a. And when we are having the product of the roots, we are just multiplying. That is 5 multiplied by negative 2. So that is negative 10. So that's it. Now, as you can see, they are all whole numbers. So we'll just have 1 as its denominator. Now, ayan na siya. So our b now is 3, but since it's negative, so it would be negative 3. And our c now is negative 10. How about our a? Since they are the same, so that is 1. How are we going to substitute now? Using the ax squared, using the standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. We'll just substitute the values. So our a is 1. So no need to write. That is x squared plus the value of b, that is negative 3. So it would be negative 3x plus the value of c, which is negative 10, is equal to 0. So finally, we have x squared plus or minus 3x minus 10 is equal to 0. So this would be now the equation of the roots 5 and negative 2. Okay, let's have our last example. Suppose we are to look for the equation of the roots let's say 1/2 and 3. Okay, so what would be the equation with the roots 1/2 and 3? So same step, negative b over a. So that is, we are just to add this given root. So 1/2 plus 3, that is equal to, so step by step, we will get the LCD. 2 divided by 2 multiplied by 1, that is 1, plus 2 divided by 1 times 3, that is 6. So we have 7 over 2. How about our C over A? That is 1/2 multiplied by 3. So we have 3 over 2. So we have now the value 7 over 2 and 3 over 2. So our B now is negative 7, since negative. So negative 7. Our A is 2. They are the same. A is 2 and our C is 3. So using the standard form, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Our a is 2 x squared plus our b is, since it's negative, so negative 7 x plus our c, which is 3. So our final equation now is 2x squared minus 7x plus 3 is equal to 0. So that is how the sum and product of the roots of a given quadratic equation will help us in determining the equation given the roots. Okay, so that's all. So I would just like to emphasize this one. Whenever we had values for b, or we had some results of a number which is positive, then we'll just make it negative. But if the result is negative, for example, if it's negative 7 over 2, then it would become positive as the value of b, since negative and a negative is a positive, but a negative and a positive is a negative. Okay, so that's all. Thank you. Please prepare for your aptitude examination for next week, and don't forget to answer your activity in the Aralings. Thank you.